Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum, and today I'm bringing you another double reaction. First, we're going to be checking out the song The Way It Is by Bruce Hornsby and The Range. This will be my first time hearing them. Then we'll follow it up with Changes by Tupac, and I've listened to Tupac many times, but I haven't heard Changes before. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Sohum, how are these two artists related to each other at all? And I asked myself that same question, but it turns out that The Way It Is, this Bruce Hornsby song, got sampled in Changes by Tupac. So it's an interesting through line. It feels like we're kind of melding different worlds together. It's always exciting to do that. I'm excited to jump into this, but before we do, let's please thank Rodney the Encouraging for making this donation request today and for making these selections. It is much appreciated. Now, let's jump in. And I was told Bruce's keys ability rivals Billy Joel's. Okay. Synths, drums, keys. Oh! I wonder which part is going to get sampled. Is it the intro? That would be my guess so far.
They can't buy a job. Man in silk suit hurries by as he catches the poor old lady's eyes. Just for fun, he says, get a job. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Ah, but don't you believe them? Said, hey little boy, you can't go where the others go. You don't look like...
The drumming is just keeping me going the entire time, which I'm a big fan of. Also, part of me is thinking that I've at least heard the hook. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. It's not exactly sung in that same way, but the melodic structure seems similar, so I'm thinking I may have heard that's just the da-da-da-da-da-da somewhere else, or sung in a different context. Hell, that may be even the part that is sampled, and may have been repeatedly sampled across different works as well. I don't know, I'm torn between the intro piano sequence and that part of the hook as the part that's getting sampled. We'll see.
Said, hey little boy, you can't go where the others go. You don't look like they do. Said, hey old man, how can you stand to think that way? Did you really think about it before you made the rules? He said so. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Oh, but don't you believe that? Yeah.
Dude, I love how upbeat this is to steal the YouTube caption. That's a cool shot. All right, he's convincing me.
just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is.
Oh, his singing paired with his piano playing. It's two voices. Like the piano is doing so much storytelling on its own. Oh, we're getting a fade out. I guess fade out's reasonable. You know, I mean, this song here, 48 million views. Clearly, it struck a chord with a great many people. I can see why. To me, it feels like a classic song just immediately out of the gate, and that the way it is hook feels very like timeless somehow. And maybe correct me if I'm wrong here, but this song gives me the impression that it can be re-envisioned in several ways. I mean, the fact that we're getting to hear it, at least part of it, in the context of Tupac should be revealing to that same sentiment. But there's something about the structure of this song that feels like you could strip it down even more and still have the majority of this track. Let's say it was just the voice, just the piano. There's so much movement in that alone, but you could also embellish it further with different instruments, maybe even strings or electric guitar really amped up and overdriven. I can just see it going any number of ways. Hell, I could even see this converted into a funk piece. And lately, because, you know, I've reacted to a lot more funk now and in the history of this channel, I'm starting to think in a more funky way, I guess. This song, to me, I feel like we could really get there, because we heard those moments from the bass shine out. But I like it. This seems like a very flexible and timeless song. And for my first foray into the world of Bruce Hornsby, would definitely be interested in checking out more of his stuff. Let's jump into the Tupac song. Let's see how they utilize it. The intro. It's the intro, man. That was my first guess. Ooh, okay.
Come on. I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Cops give a damn about a need.
Love the change in the beat.
He's a hero. Get it to the kids who the hell cares. One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as a brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's how it's supposed to be. How can the devil take a brother if he's close to me?
Wow.
I let it go back to when we played as kids, but then changed. That's the way it is. Come on.
That's just the way it is.
This is where that's from. So I've heard this.
Things will never be the same.
Yeah. This is the song, I guess, where I've heard that's just the way it is hook. But even when I heard this part of this song, I didn't hear the entirety of Changes. I just heard this hook get used, but I heard it in the context of this beat. That is so crazy. I'm having like a full circle moment right now, because this like 10-second clip is the part that I'm familiar with, but having heard the original first now and then jumping here, wow, this is too many levels of cool for me.
Come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
That's where it's from. Yeah. I love the clean beat. The clean beat in this, energetic.
Things will never be the same.
chilling out with the piano.
Oh, yeah. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
I see no changes, all I see is racist faces. Misplaced hate makes disgrace to races. We under, I wonder what it takes to make this one better place. Let's erase the wasted. Take the evil out the people, they'll be acting right. Cause both black and white and smoke tonight. And the only time we chill is when we kill each other. It takes skill to be real time to heal each other. And it all seems evident we ain't ready to see a black president. It ain't a secret, don't conceal the fact. The penitentiary's packed and it's filled with blacks. But some things will never change. Try to show another way, but it's staying in the dope.
I love that he points the spotlight on all of these issues of racism, poverty. I think there's some police brutality that's been spoken about, corruption, governmentally, drug addiction, and there's self-reflection too on top of that. And his antidote is what we preach on this channel, is peace, love, positivity. Let's heal ourselves and one another rather than continually perpetuate certain cycles of violence and terrible living. It's the only way, and we can do so hopefully and earnestly. And it's an urgent thing to do as well. There's no time to waste to be a better person. We better start today. Even though that's just the way it is, we can start today and reach that end far faster if we just try.
Blacks. But some things will never change. Try to show another way, but it's staying in the dope game. Now tell me what's a mother to do. Being real don't appeal to the brother in you. You gotta operate the easy way.
I made a G today,
but you made it in a sleazy way. Sell it back to the kid.
I gotta get paid.
Well, hey, well that's the way it is.
Come on, come on. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Hear me.
Oh, come on, come on, come on. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Oh yeah. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
We gotta make a change. It's time for us as a people to start making some changes.
Yeah.
Let's change the way we eat. Let's change the way we live.
Yeah.
And let's change the way we treat each other.
Yeah.
You see, the old way wasn't working, so it's on us to do what we gotta do.
Right. If we think about it, that's like a great way to look at it too. And I brought this up even in a previous reaction, but if we look at our current solutions, right, the way we have society structured, the way we deal with ourselves and others, it isn't working, not even in the short term. So if something's not working, what is the logical thing to do? Do something at least different than the illogical thing that you're driving up a wall against, right? What is insanity? It is to repeat the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. But if the result has been borne out to show that it's not working, let's flip the script, change the game. Let's lead with love instead of hate.
Each other. You see, the old way wasn't working, so it's on us to do what we gotta do to survive. And still I see no changes. Can a brother get a little peace? It's war on the streets and a war in the Middle East. Instead of war on poverty, they got a war on drugs so the police can bother me. And I ain't never did a crime I ain't have to do. But now I'm back with the facts, giving it back to you. Don't let them jack you up, back you up, crack you up, and pimp smack you up. You gotta learn to hold your own. They get jealous when they see you with your mobile phone. But tell the cops I can't touch this. I don't trust this. When they try to rush, I bust this. That's the sound number 2. You say it ain't cool, but mama didn't raise no fool. And as long as I stay black, I got a stage strap. And I never get to lay back, cause I always got to worry about the payback. Some buck that I roughed up way back, coming back after all these years. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. That's the way it is.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. You're my brother, you're my sister. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Some things will never change.
I get it, Rodney. I get why you love that sample so much. It fits the message and the vibe of this song so well because it is overwhelmingly positive but also grounded and real, which that's a very important approach just in general to take. That's the one that I opt to take, is a healthy mixture, I think, of optimism and realism. And the thing is, like, songs like this, they are still relevant today. And the fact is, they're honestly more relevant now, leading with empathy and analyzing the world for what it is and then being able to do something about it. It's an issue that we will always need to be able to grapple with just at a conceptual level. The ways it manifests from day to day, year to year, generation to generation, these things will change, and maybe we need to have, a good grasp on where we're at in any given moment. This is why we need continued discourse and conversation with one another to just gain all of the understandings and perspectives that are out there to be understood. But this has been talked about for so long. So many of these issues still persist, and it's easy to just in my position, just to opine and say all of these things. But then the practical matter, when you actually have to put your hands on the legislation and affect change, and the dollars and cents start moving, and then politicians do what they do, it feels like the impact that one can have is greatly diminished. That's why I always just focus on the self, because that is mostly what we have control over, and we will always have a relationship with the self. If we treat ourselves with peace, love, positivity, that kind of energy radiates. And I truly believe, almost like butterfly effect, the more that we all do this, the overall human consciousness increases. We become closer to one another, cosmically, spiritually, and issues that are then below our pay grade at that point become very easy to smooth over, because ego is no longer a part of it, right? Imagine, there's that book I read back in my 7th grade geometry class. I could probably find the name, but it's not occurring to me right now. But the idea is, it's talking about the different dimensions of existence. And if you're existing in a 2D plane, all you can see are lines, because you yourself are a square. But if your eyes are in front of you, you're only going to be able to see a one-dimensional plane. But if you are a 3-dimensional being, we are now able to see things in 2 dimensions. Keep extending that argument. If you become a 4th-dimensional being, seeing 3D objects for what they are, raw and naked, is possible too. So if we continue to find ways as a society to abstract away from ourselves and become the observer to ourselves, I think a lot of these difficult problems, they still remain difficult, but the problems aren't as intractable as before. And I think the solutions become clearer and clearer. And collectively, if we agree, that's all it's going to take. This is a fun double reaction today. Thank you very much, Rodney, for these selections. I think you did a great job here, and put me on to some new artists. Well, artist singular. I didn't know. I knew Tupac before, but anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the reaction. If you did and would like to make a request yourself, you can do so by clicking the first link down below. It's the best way to support my channel. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.